Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Max with BuzzTox here, and I'm back with another House of the Dragon Season 1, Episode 6 review, where I give my initial thoughts and feelings on this episode just after it dropped. Now I have to say, again, every single episode is a winner. This was an excellent episode, but I did have to pay a lot of attention because a lot of things changed. This episode took place 10 years after the last episode. We've had a couple of cast changes, and a lot of actors have been aged up. The only person who seems to look exactly the same is Daemon, and Viserys ended up aging up enough for the both of them. In terms of the new actresses, I think they're both fantastic. Especially to me, the woman who played Rhaenyra was incredible. She's such a charismatic, witty, and fun character, even though she went through quite a bit in this episode. But even just her strength with the meeting at the King's Council, you're starting to see that she actually is a good leader and would be a great leader. And you also see the underlying politics between her and Alicent Hightower. And that seems to be the big rift in Rhaenyra's storyline, is that she's had two sons, both of them are brown-haired and clearly don't have that Targaryen in them. And it's insinuated on and on again that these kids are not Sir Laenor's children. They're instead this guy's children, whose name escapes me right now. But it basically isn't a well-kept secret. Alicent Hightower is furious because she thinks it's obvious that Laenor is not the father. She even remarks to him that maybe this one will end up looking like him. We even see in the Dragon Pit that her boys cannot tame a dragon, further showing that her children are not true Targaryens in the essence of dragon riding. And not only that, politically, they are all bastards, which is only going to further reinforce Alicent's desire for her son Aegon to sit the throne. And we see further feuds between the families. We see Criston Cole, who's over time has seemed to get a little bit more egocentric, vengeful. We're seeing the darker side of Criston Cole that ended up killing Laenor's lover. He essentially put Aegon and Rhaenyra's son against each other in a fight. And I thought that was a really powerful scene. Because sure, Laenor's not the father, but it was really cool to see a dynamic where the true father of Rhaenyra's children is actually a caring individual and kind of does want to be a father to his boys. He does love his boys, and I really liked seeing that side of it. So it basically put everything in an interesting situation. Rhaenyra is now taking her seat at Dragonstone because of all the rumors that are surrounding her, giving Alicent more control over the throne. And then we had that big scene in the end where we learn that Larys Strong essentially put a hit out on his dad and his older brother. So now clearing them out of the way, Otto Hightower can now be Hand of the King again, which is exactly what Alicent wanted, but I don't think she necessarily wanted the bloodshed, and I think this is the beginning of Alicent Hightower becoming a true political force, because she has such distaste for Rhaenyra and her way of life that she wants her son to sit the throne. And we see her make her case very strong with King Viserys, but he just doesn't want to listen to the rumors, he doesn't want to listen to her, and he's still standing by Rhaenyra. Even to the point where he is thrilled that Rhaenyra proposed her eldest son marry their daughter, whereas Alicent was not happy. Then the other part of the story we see is Daemon. We get to see that he's actually kind of happy. He's in Pentos, which is crazy, and he's kind of just living it up. And that was pretty interesting. We know that Daemon built kind of a ally in Corlys Velaryon, so naturally he wed his daughter, Lyanna, to him, and they now have two daughters, which is interesting because they're not male heirs. And it was crazy that there was another setback that Lyanna Velaryon ended up dying. And she ended up burning herself by her own dragon, and Daemon seemed genuinely hurt. And naturally what I gather is Daemon does have an ally in Corlys Velaryon moving forward. But with all that being said, I think it was an amazing episode. I think some of the scenes were incredible. That one shot, the simplicity of Rhaenyra taking her baby to the queen and it being one shot, I thought was very powerful. One more thing I do want to mention is I really noticed they're stressing the idea of Targaryens hatching their dragons and being dragon riders. Not every Targaryen is going to be able to ride a dragon or connect with the dragon. And they made that very clear. Rhaenyra's children have not connected to dragons. And Alicent Hightower and King Viserys' middle son hasn't been able to connect with the dragon either. There was even a discussion with Daemon's daughter about not being able to connect to a dragon. So we are really learning the statistics to see how this war plays out. 50% of dragon eggs don't even hatch. Some Targaryen children aren't even able to ride one. So as this civil war brews and as it continues, we're going to be paying attention to see which Targaryens have dragons and how that is going to affect the war. But those are my thoughts on this episode. Please let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.